Hi, this is Vito with Vitoyoga, and today I want to offer a yoga pose that offers a stretch for adductors, but primarily groins, so inner thighs, groin. And in Yin Yoga, this pose is called Frog Pose. Also, in some active, like vinyasa practices, sometimes this is called Frog Pose as well. Um, and this is a variation that's like more of an inner thigh hip opening. And the version I'm going to offer today is a supine version. So I'm not doing the traditional one that's on the knees. I'm going to do the one that's supine on the back, and using a wall, or in today's case, I'm going to use a couch to serve as a wall. That's what I have here in terms of a wide space of wall. A couch is what I have, and a couch can actually be a great tool. Maybe I'll share more couch poses, but for doing some other, can do some active stuff, but for like a restorative practice at the couch can be really nice. Restorative practice at the wall. So, but this will be more yin like, so you'll be feeling activity with this. So, I'm going to set it up where basically, first off, coming where close to wall or couch, come in the back. So, just setting this up where essentially where the back, when I always check in with the back in relation to the floor. So if I had a wall here to begin with, wall would probably be about there. So I want to be a distance where I can release the back of the pelvis. So essentially I want to just make sure I have a natural curve to the spine. So if I'm finding myself the pelvis is tucking, or another way of looking at it is that my frontal hip bones and my bottom front ribs are drawing in towards each other, causing some tension. You can almost hear it in my breath. So I want to let that be sort of a natural curve to the spine. So low back doesn't have to be lifted off the floor, but just where it's not being smashed down, where the butt feels like it's being lifted off the floor. So in this case, back of the pelvis is down, and I'm going to start with the knee bend. So my legs are up straight. I'm going to bend knees down. And for me, I'm going to find that right now, even just coming here, that I feel a little bit tense. But I'm going to say before you move back, maybe see if there's room to come into the pose and then adjust from there. Because it's always easier to move away from the wall, but it can be a little more challenging to move back towards the wall. So from here, I'm going to heel toe. So heel toe is if I have a imaginary wall. Feet wide. I want to make sure I end up with my knees tracking with the toes. Allow my toes to turn out. Knees are tracking with the toes there. And I want to check in here if I can reconnect to a sense of a natural curve to the spine. So notice if the butt feels like it's lifting, can I release the back of the pelvis down? Seems accessible here for me. And then basically, when I've come to a depth where you find some tension or stress in the groins, and to the degree that's breathable, and where the knees are not feeling strained. So if for any reason you feel this in your knees, I want to check what your feet are doing. Maybe the feet come a little higher up if that serves you better. Come to a place where you're not putting stress on you're not feeling strain on the knees. Rather, we can feel for some stress or tension in the groins. And to the degree, again, that's not, if it feels like it's some kind of pain that might not serve you later, it's not worth overdoing it here. So come to a place where you can bring some activity to the groins and basically breathe. So it's a practice with this, a matter of just coming into it and staying. So you can abide with any discomfort and positioning the hands. Sometimes I like them on low ribs, can be kind of nice. On belly can be a nice place to kind of feel for the physical aspect of your breath. So kind of feel for the rise and fall. Otherwise, if you find that you are tensing up abdominally, if you can, relax that. Allow the belly to expand. If not, maybe move a touch farther back or allow the feet to come a little higher. So ways to adjust or modify this. So I was just kind of following breath. It can be a very sort of meditative opportunity here to notice if your mind becomes quite active or you feel distracted and your mind is elsewhere besides what you're doing here, which is lying on your back with your feet on the couch, and activity in your groins. Notice if your mind's active, come back to your breath, present to your actions. And time-wise, let's say roughly about 3 minutes. So I'm going to give one more variation. So if you were here, if having your feet at the edge of the couch is too much, you could have them so they're like forward on the couch. You still can probably provide yourself a stretch for the groins. And every so often, if it's useful, you can practice pressing the back of your shoulders down, the back of your armpits towards the floor, maybe the back of the head gently, just kind of reawaken some postural muscles. Just check in, you're still maintaining that sort of natural curve to the spine. Provide a little more activity for the groins. And to exit, I want to do this mindfully. So hands to the outer thighs. Give a gentle kind of press in as start to heel toe feet together. Because you've been kind of stretching the inner thigh area, giving it some external support with your hands. Now from here, a couple options. You can let your legs rest up the wall for a bit. Maybe feet together, knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Or if you got the couch, backs of lower legs on the couch, and kind of breathe there. Feel for initial effects of this. So that's basically it for this practice. If you have questions, please let me know. Vitoyoga.com. Otherwise, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Thank you.